apart with you've been in the world for a while. The whole family's been in the world for a while with Hollywood. The dark side of it that we keep hearing about. Stephen gave his perspective of it, what he's seen, what he hears, what he's witnessed. And when you have a family name like this that people follow, what have you seen happen with Hollywood over the years, or has it always been evil like Stephen said it?
So it's always been not to the level, I think. I mean, it's got more. Just look at television. Let's use television as a microscope. Archie Bunker, All in the Family, and the things that they would talk about, and the things they would hint at, and racism and stuff that came out, trying to be done in a humorous way. If you go and watch a TV commercial in England, you can see full frontal breast of a woman, and as long as it's done for a reason. If you were talking about making sure you get a mammogram, they'll show the woman's nipple the whole bit. Here, oh my God, you could never show that on TV. But you can lop someone's head off with a sword with blood shooting it out on Dexter and stab a woman. You can take Grand Theft Auto and rape someone in a game that your kids are playing online. Do you know the one most common thing that the school shooting kids have in common? They all play one of three games. Every single one of them played Grand Theft Auto, Call of Duty, or Fortnite. Those three. Every single shooter. Go through it. Go through it. Take a look. Look at it. He's looking it up right now. He's fact checking me. Come on, baby. Why? So take a look at it. You're walking into a building and you're going, and you're shooting everything that moves. And after you do it 100, 200, 5,000, 20,000, you become so numb to the idea that you just shoot what you see in that room. And so those games are awful for your kids to be involved in. They condone murder. They condone, they're bad games, man, I'm telling you. But the question about Hollywood, what's happened is we've become desensitized about what we're willing to accept. That's what I think has happened. We've become desensitized about, look at Diddy, for instance. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at him. Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at, he has videos. He has videos of the parties. Now, what I've heard, which I don't know how much of it is in mainstream media, I don't really follow the story that much, but what I've heard from friends that are attorneys, friends of mine that have represented me before, agents and so on, is there's a bidding war going on right now. They're driving that price up because if you want your client and your famous actor to not be involved, or famous singer to not come out, here's the price. And that they're just selling to the individuals that are in those. This is what I heard. They're selling those videos. So if you're Tommy X, and Tommy X is a big movie star, and he was at some of the Diddy parties, he was in one of those bedrooms with 3 other men, and he's happily married to a woman, and blah. Tommy doesn't want that video to come out. He does not want it to come out. Same thing for Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the interesting thing about the Epstein and the theory about Epstein is we know he filmed people for sure on that island. He has a lot of movies, a lot of films of people that are very, very powerful political figures, and entertainers, business people. So, do you really believe that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? Of
course not.
Of course not. Yeah. Okay. So there's other theories that he's in Lebanon. He never died at all. That having the weight of owning those films right now over people. So will Donald Trump release those films? I believe Donald Trump probably has a lot of friends that are in those videos too. I don't know if it behooves him to release them either. But what happens if iconic African Americans or iconic Japanese Americans or iconic Anglo Americans, former presidents, so what happens if they're in those videos? What does that do to the herding of the sheep? Because I believe that's exactly what we're experiencing. We're all being pushed in a certain direction because when I sat with my brother Alec and my father and I watched Cronkite, and we sat and watched those news programs, and Cronkite reported the news, I believe that Cronkite was wholeheartedly reporting what he believed were true facts to the audience. I do not believe that anymore at all. I believe it's very agenda driven. I believe that they actually edit footage. They do things to whatever it is, who they're working for, and driving them that way. This happened in this election. Never, ever has it happened more than it happened in this last election.
60 Minutes, the edits they did.
Oh my God, yeah. They took, you legally can't even do that. no one's going to say anything about it. No one's going to say anything about it.